Researchers say a gray whale found floating near Black's Beach likely died from a boat collision. It's at a landfill now, but researchers are digging deeper. KPBS reporter Jade Hindman has more.
So the carcass is gone, but the stench is still here at Fiesta Island. This is where researchers brought the carcass of a whale that was seen floating in the ocean. They brought it here to research and find out what may have killed it. They spent most of the morning today actually taking samples, tissue samples from that whale. I spoke with Justin Visbecki. He's with NOAA Fisheries. I asked him what specifically they're looking for with this whale.
What we typically find, it can range from vessel collisions, entanglements, to things that, humans get, whether it's, some sort of organ failure, a sickness, a disease, an infection. All of those things kind of are on the board, so to speak, when we have whales come ashore.
And Visbecki also said it's a good idea to stay out of the water up near Torrey Pines where the whale was found, and here at Fiesta Island, just to give it a day or so to clear out. Jade Hindman, KPBS News.
Southern California Edison continues to move nuclear waste to a storage site by the beach at San Onofre. But KPBS North County reporter Allison St. John says the company paused the operation for a week after discovering a design flaw in one of the canisters.
Southern California Edison's chief nuclear officer Tom Palmisano revealed at a recent community meeting that the operation to move spent fuel rods from cooling pools to concrete bunkers had to stop after a bent pin was found in one of the storage canisters. The stainless steel canisters designed by Holtec International are about 20 feet high and designed to hold 37 fuel assemblies. Bent and broken pins were found in other canisters at a plant in Vermont. When asked if the fuel could be removed from the canisters with the defective design, Palmisano said no one has ever done that before.
If you were just to brainstorm, this would probably be a 2 to 3 year project to develop the techniques, pilot the techniques. The NRC would want to have explicit approval on this because of the radiological hazards.
San Clemente resident Gary Hedrick said he's worried that Edison does not have a backup plan if things go wrong.
I'm really concerned how experimental this is and how quickly we're moving forward without an alternate plan that makes sense.
Edison has resumed moving the spent fuel into canisters that have a different design. Hedrick and others at the meeting requested that constant real-time monitoring of radioactivity at the site be made public. Allison St. John, KPBS News.
You may have noticed San Diego's boom of dockless bikes. They're colorful bicycles that can be rented with a smartphone app. But one business district says they're a nuisance. KPBS Metro reporter Andrew Bowen explains.
I'm walking with Maya Rosas along the sidewalk of State Street on the edge of Little Italy next to the I-5 freeway.
Just 2 days before the start of a new season, the San Diego Padres are unhappy with their new radio partner after a social media post drew backlash. Last night, radio host Kevin Kline posted this image of the Coronado Bridge with the words "Jump" to a new morning show. Many Padres fans reacted with disgust, accusing Kline and his station, 97.3 The Machine, of joking about suicide. Today, the tweet was pulled and the Padres put out a statement saying, "We believe Intercom owes San Diego an apology. And even though we don't have ultimate control over Intercom's programming beyond our game broadcast, we apologize for the behavior of the station." The station's parent company, Intercom, and radio host Kevin Kline also released apologies of their own. San Diego parks and government buildings could get equipped with tourniquets. Today, the County Board of Supervisors voted to study the possibility. The vote comes after a trauma surgeon spoke on the importance of responding fast to a bleeding emergency. He's an advocate of the Stop the Bleed campaign, which has gained support after recent mass shootings. Dr. Constantini even demonstrated how to use a tourniquet on Supervisor Ron Roberts.
We know that there's a lot of death from extremity hemorrhage. In 2018, people shouldn't bleed to death from their arms or their legs. We should be able to provide very basic first aid to stop the bleeding until health care providers can arrive.
Stop the Bleed advocates say tourniquets should be stored out in the open so that they can be easily accessed by bystanders willing and able to help save a life. The State Department of Justice is now investigating the police shooting of an unarmed black man in Sacramento earlier this month. The shooting has gained national attention as multiple protests erupted after Stephon Clark was shot and killed by Sacramento police on March 18th. Police video shows officers ordering Clark to show his hands and opening fire shortly after. Clark was reportedly unarmed with only a cell phone in his hands. The Sacramento police chief says he's asked the DOJ to step in because an independent, impartial investigation is needed.
Our community deserves nothing less. I also promise, regardless of the final outcome of this investigation, we will explore and implement ways to better serve our community and find ways to prevent this sort of tragedy in our city.
The Sacramento Police Department says it will give the DOJ full access to its evidence and procedures as the investigation continues. The Navy has again rejected approving a secular humanist chaplain. It's a move that one chaplain who has worked with the San Diego military says hurts those on active duty who share their beliefs. KPBS military reporter Steve Walsh has the story.
Navy Times reports the Navy rejected the application of Jason Heap, who applied to become a military chaplain. A group of congressmen and senators wrote an open letter urging the Navy to reject the military's first humanist chaplain, sometimes described as atheist. The vast majority of chaplains are Christian. Debbie Allen is a private humanist chaplain who has worked with San Diego's military culture.
There is no equal person of any authority in terms of informing them of what humanists might need or non-believers might need. I mean, we have humanists in university settings and hospital settings. Why is it only the U.S. military that is pushing back on this?
Until recently, Allen lived in San Diego and worked to allow secular humanist chaplains to work on Camp Pendleton. The American Humanist Association estimates at least 24,000 active duty troops consider themselves non-believers. Steve Walsh, KPBS News.
In 1944, Frank Fazica Sr.'s plane went down in France. His body was not recovered, but he was never forgotten, not by his son, nor by the boy who witnessed the crash. AP reporter Carrie Antelfinger has the story.
Mark Koch was just 12 years old when he watched an American fighter plane crash on his family's land in northern France.
I'm Judy Woodruff. Tonight on the NewsHour, California sues the Trump administration over a new census question on citizenship. The details at 7, right after Evening Edition on KPBS.
Lots of sunshine and dry weather is expected for the next few days. Erin Calandra has tonight's forecast.
We had a beautiful day today here in San Diego County, and I hope you're able to get outside and enjoy it. It's going to stay pretty nice for the next several days. Not much happening here. Precipitation-wise, nothing is going on. We're under the influence of a high-pressure system, so this part of the country is staying dry, sunny, and overall nice. For tonight, we're at 54 degrees. It's going to be pretty clear across the region because of that high-pressure system. So Oceanside, expect temperatures tonight at 42, Chula Vista 49, Mount Laguna, that's the cool spot, 36, and in Borrego Springs, 53 degrees. Now, Wednesday, we are warming up. We have a nice warm flow that is pushing across the region. Temperatures are going to slowly be on the rise. So if you like those warmer temperatures, you're in luck. In Ramona tomorrow at 77, Poway as well, Alpine 75, Oceanside at 70, and San Diego, a nice warm 71. Everyone is going to have beautiful sunshine to enjoy. Now, notice along the coast, we're going to be warming up over the next couple of days, reaching 73 on Friday. By Sunday, a bit cooler for Easter at 69 degrees, but staying dry. And the interior areas, we get up to 80 by Friday, a bit cooler to 73 on Sunday, but everyone is staying dry here. A couple clouds around at times. In the mountains, it's staying in the 60s all week. Our lows in the 40s. Everyone is dry, mostly sunny conditions. And in the deserts, it's getting hot. So we're talking 91 degrees on Friday and Saturday. The time of year where you need to start thinking about drinking more water. Stay hydrated in those hot temperatures. By Sunday, it's a bit cooler, down to 85 degrees, but we are staying sunny and dry for everyone. For KPBS News, I'm Erin Calandra. Ebony, back to you.
Today, San Diego supervisors voted unanimously to ramp up available drug addiction treatment in the county. The plan is to expand the network of providers, increase services, and open those services to more people. The county budget for addiction will triple from about $55 million to about $180 million. Most of the funding increase will be covered by Medi-Cal. The change comes amid a rise in addiction-related deaths, which county officials say are linked to mental illness and homelessness. A new study from UC San Diego's Moore Cancer Center suggests ads for e-cigarettes may persuade young adults to try regular cigarettes. KPBS health reporter Kenny Goldberg has details.
The study involved nearly 11,000 non-smoking young people. Participants were exposed to a variety of ads for smoking products and were interviewed 1 year later. Those who recalled or liked e-cigarette ads were much more likely to have smoked a regular cigarette within the past year. UCSD Moore's Cancer Center Professor Emeritus John Pierce led the study. He says tobacco companies face heavy restrictions on cigarette advertising.
This looks like that they might be able to use e-cigarette advertising to get around them. And, we've noticed that all the main tobacco companies now have got an e-cigarette product. And so they're all in the game.
E-cigarettes are touted as a way for smokers to quit their tobacco habit. Kenny Goldberg, KPBS News.
Uber will have to address what happened in the fatal crash in Arizona. The DMV says this is what it will take to renew the company's permit to test self-driving vehicles on California roads. This as more and more car and tech companies roll out safety features found in these cars. AP reporter Mike Householder shows us how they work.
Self-driving cars aren't quite here yet, but some of their safety features are.
Widespread deployment is still a number of years away, but we are starting to see the benefits of that technology being as integrated into vehicles that are coming to market today to help with road safety.
Car and tech companies are rolling out a slew of automated features that either assist or replace human drivers. According to the government, 94% of crashes are caused by human error. Experts say roads will become safer as more vehicles get automated features. That perception was put to the test recently when an SUV featuring Uber's self-driving software struck and killed a pedestrian in Arizona, the first death involving a fully autonomous vehicle. Still, there's reason to believe loading self-driving tech into new cars will improve safety on the nation's roadways.
Anything that can be done to help improve the situational awareness of the driver.
Hyundai is doing that with its 2019 Nexo hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, which lets drivers see without turning their heads.
Blind spot monitors and blind spot cameras are common, but what Hyundai has done is taken it a step further and integrated the cameras in both the passenger and driver side mirrors and put a screen right in front of the driver.
The 8-inch screen shows everything on that side of the car, plus what's directly behind it.
And it also gives you an audible warning letting you know if the vehicle is present.
The cameras on Mercedes' new S-Class sedans can read speed limit signs, that is, enabling the car's computers to warn drivers if they're over the speed limit to keep them out of ticket trouble. The S-Class will do more than warn the driver.
It will automatically adjust the set speed of the cruise control and slow the vehicle down, even if the driver doesn't do anything actively.
Audi's cars don't read, they talk to traffic light systems.
And they first launched this in Las Vegas, where the system actually will call into the central traffic light control system and determine what the timing of the traffic lights is going to be.
An array of auto safety technology has arrived, and even more is on the way. Mike Householder, The Associated Press, Livonia, Michigan.
Now here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. On Morning Edition, March Madness has reached its peak with the Final Four, the one team hoping to repeat its championship performance from 1963. And on Midday Edition, taking a chance on a new business, the group mentoring startups in San Diego. That's tomorrow on KPBS Radio. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.